he doesn't want to be the favourite. Well, in fact, he's not the favourite. He is the third favourite to win this group. He's going to be up against our friend from Military Darts in Jasper Scarrot, representing the Army in his blue shirt today. The left-hander who has hit a 9-darter on this stage before. But Adrian, a 20-year veteran of top-level darts from St Leonard-on-Sea, which is very close to Hastings. Up against the 54-year-old from York. Had a 9-darter on debut, as we mentioned. The biggest thing he's ever done on a dartboard up to now. Hasn't been to a Saturday before, but Adrian has. That's why a lot of people fancy him to progress over the next couple of days, because two people over the next two Group C sessions will go through to Saturday night with Alex Spellman. At this point, we've got no idea who that will be. But this man will be in the best seat to give us the refereeing decisions.
First leg is Adrian to throw first.
Anton Mays will be your official
Game
this
on.
afternoon as Adrian gets us underway. He was telling us just then, Trina, that he's been playing a lot of darts recently. The ADC circuit in his region, he's playing twice a week in
140.
ADC vault action, and he attributes his sharpness to that regular competitive practice.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do, isn't it?
100.
The more you practice, the more that you put yourself in match play sort of situations as well, then it can only be good for you. And so we'll see how that's going to transpire through
100.
the next couple of days' play at least. You'll be hoping to make Saturday finals, as will Jasper.
180.
I was looking at Adrian's age this morning, and I had a bit of a moment. How on earth is Adrian Gray 45? It feels like he's still 25.
Well, if you go on the internet and look for a photo of him,
55.
you'll see a photo of him when he was 25. And it's still there. It seems that same photo seems to hang about and that. So,
139.
but yeah, he does look good for his age, doesn't he? Don't tell him I said that, though.
He's got some good competition where he lives in East Sussex.
60. Just
All the way from about
144.
East Grinstead, all the way down to Eastbourne and Hastings. It's quite a vast region.
100.
He's made the
Adrian,
most
you
of it.
require 146.
And qualifying for the MODUS-Super Series again. He would love to go one better than the finally made. He is staring a break of throw in the face, though, because Scarrot has had a very good start here.
130.
Yeah, and he's looking
Jasper,
at
you require
44 to take the first leg of the match. And it's tops. And now 2 10s.
34.
Can't find the target, so Gray will
Adrian,
return
you
for
require
double 8
16.
to hold his throw.
Nothing in the way.
Game shot on the first
Sometimes
leg.
you don't need a
Adrian
marker,
Gray.
you just need some sort of a range finder. That's exactly what Gray found
Second leg is
in
Jasper
that
to throw
first leg.
first.
Now,
Game on.
Scarrot on the doubles over the last 3 days. 25.5%. I'm not sure that's going to be
60.
good enough over the next couple of days. That's going to have to be about 10% better.
Yeah, again, I was speaking to him earlier and he said he's enjoyed it, but he's a little bit disappointed with how it's gone. You know, he's
140.
the last time he was here, he'd done a lot better. And so he's disappointed in that way because he knows he can do it here on this stage. So again,
60.
looking to reset and see what he can do over the next couple of days. Hopefully anything like that with the doubling and stuff like that, he's ironed out over the last couple of days, or at least he knows where he needs to improve his game.
Yeah, he's looking at a range of performance
100.
of around about 15 points. That's not necessarily bad. He just needs to find a little bit more in the upper echelons of that range.
140.
And he needs to bring the bad games up a little bit. So it's okay to have a range of 15 points. It's going to have to be between probably 82 and 97, I think, over the next couple of days to stand a chance.
Well, if he increases
100.
his doubling, then that's going to raise that, isn't it? So if he can get that right, then that's going to make a huge difference to him.
117.
One of the
Adrian,
things
you
that
require
does emphasise that, Trina, is
161.
that he's only got 1 ton plus checkout this week from 15 games. Might need a few more.
Well, the 161 will not go for Adrian Gray. So Jasper Scarrot
90.
will return for
Jasper, you require
124.
124.
Treble 18 is the target. Not found, so Gray returns for
56.
71.
Adrian, you
Yeah,
require
don't
71.
be surprised if Adrian hits quite a lot of bullseyes over the next couple of days. He's practiced the bullseye more than your average cat over the last 10, 15 years. He leaves tops for a 2-0 lead.
Game shot in
And
the
that's
second
what you would
leg.
call
Adrian
pretty
Gray.
sharp. A 2-0 lead with a break of thrown out. And Adrian is very confident looking
Third
on the
leg is
stage.
Adrian to throw
Indeed,
first.
and a 15 darter there
Game
for
on.
Adrian. 2 from 3. In the Dublin.
I don't mean to make him feel old, but it is
60.
nearly 19 years since he played at the World Grand Prix and beat Philip Taylor. 19 years.
Well, I'm sure you've done the trick there
59.
and made him feel old.
Yeah, but he does look really good for 45, doesn't
Yes,
he?
he does.
Very active. He's not the kind of person, as well, that wanders around stressed. You know, some people, they get older and they start to feel their age because they're a big ball of stress. Adrian's not like that. He's a very easygoing,
He's quite laid back, isn't he?
lightly spoken kind of guy, but get him on a dartboard. He's got that little inner demon, that competitiveness. It's still burning brightly. When he lost that weekly final in Series 8, he lost to Marvin van Velsen. He would go on not to just win the week, but win the series.
39.
Just imagine if Gray were to go one better this week, he could be a series champion in a little over 9 days. That's the benefit of playing a secondary group in week 12.
Yeah, if your form's there, then you're feeling confident going into the following week, aren't you? You know it's there, whereas if you won it at the beginning of the series, then you may have lost a little bit of form.
We'll find out next week with Steve Green. He won week 1. I'm not really sure what he's been up to since, but I would sincerely hope that he's had at least 4 weeks of meaningful practice coming into a Champions Week for the first time. Should be the bull again. And that's about as bad a dart at the bull as he's ever thrown.
Well, he leaves himself 73 when he returns. No outshot for Jasper.
77.
Does put
Adrian,
a little
you
pressure
require
on,
73.
though. This, 73 now for a 3-0 lead.
He was expecting to hit the treble. Maybe surprised that he missed it by so much. But he has got one dart at tops.
53.
And every dart there, Trina, was a little bit low.
Jasper, you require 103.
Yeah, he was lucky to find the 14, wasn't he? The big 14. But Scarrot now looking at 103. And it's tops then for a breaker throw.
Game
And a
shot on
breaker
the
throw
third
he gets.
leg. Jasper Scarrot.
We did say he needed more ton plus checkouts. He's just doubled
Fourth leg
his
is
amount
Jasper
of
to
those
throw
for the week
first.
with that 103.
He
100.
breaks the throw of Adrian Gray and now finds himself throwing. So hopefully hold his throw and level the match.
Yeah, just to put it into perspective, what kind of numbers you need
60.
to compete. Not just to win a Group A situation, but maybe to get into a Group B. You compare Scarrott's 9 180s over the first 3 days to that of
58.
Jemai van den Herik. He had 21.
Mm.
That is a big difference.
Yeah, it's a massive difference, isn't it?
100.
We also got an insight when he hit the 103 of how sideways the darts go in when they land in the board.
100.
It's what we call a kink. So his are going flight left. It's very much like Brendan Dolan. But Brendan, of course, is a righty. Scarrot is a lefty. If you look at the way he brings the dart back to his face, he twists it before he throws. Very much like Ronnie Baxter used to.
Yeah, that's a good example.
100.
But as you say, Jasper, in the regular service, it was actually a major. And now he's a full-time reservist as captain.
100. Jasper, you require 143.
Based in Leeds.
You could use a treble
100.
because that makes the next shot a lot easier.
A grey or no out shot. Looking to apply some pressure.
99. Jasper, you require 43.
Well, Adrian was cruising in this game at 2-love. But he's been
Shot
reeled
on the
in
fourth leg,
with some really good
Jasper
tops hitting
Scarrot.
by Jasper.
2 from 4.
Fifth leg
For
is Adrian
Jasper.
to throw first.
2 from 4
Game on.
for Adrian Gray. Averages at the moment 87.78 for Adrian, 88.89 for Jasper.
$60.
Just get the feeling that Adrian is starting to struggle with his weight of shot. Things are starting to go a little bit lower now on a regular basis.
97.
Thrown underneath the target. That's a good last dart there from Scarrot. Finds the treble 19. That's a great dart from Gray. Can't follow with the second, but does so with the third.
140.
If there's one person who's playing today, and I include Group B in this, one person that can adapt, it should be Gray.
63.
Because when he plays steel tip darts, he throws from 7'9½". When he plays soft tip darts, he plays from 8 feet. So he knows a thing or two
100.
about adapting to different conditions.
Does he, when he throws soft tip, does he use a lighter dart than what he uses here as well?
I think he uses the same
Weight.
weight that he always has. The
28.
rules in soft tip darts have changed over the years. There used to be a maximum of 18 grams, but then the infrastructure of the boards was changed so they could withstand a heavier weight. You got players who play steel tip and soft tip.
91.
Now they've got the interchangeable point system where they can put a steel tip in the same barrel or a soft tip in the same barrel.
Yeah, well, he plays with a, well, he says a
40.
21-ish
Adrian, you require
gram dart
110.
is how he put it. Treble 18 now. Treble 18 is found. Can he find the double? He can. Takes out the
Game shot on the fifth
110.
leg.
Holds
Adrian
his
Gray.
throw for a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, that's another ton plus check out in this game. They've got
Sixth
one
leg is
each now.
Jasper to throw first.
But
Game on.
importantly, Gray has stopped the rot of losing the last 2 legs. Well, it's anything but grey outside.
81.
It is a glorious day here on the south coast of England. And speaking to Adrian this morning, the temperature was rising in the playing arena this morning.
95.
And just speaking to some of the players, they know that it's going to be a bit warmer. We're getting towards the summer months. But it's going to be strange over the next couple of days because it's going to be warm today.
85.
It's going to be a bit chilly tomorrow.
So again, it's another adjustment that the players will have to try and adjust to.
80.
I don't know about you, Trina, but are you starting to see more flight deflections than ever before?
Yeah, I mean, maybe because they're using the solid moulded kind of
83.
flight there, especially with Jasper. Although I haven't seen, as of yet, any on the floor from him. Is that an all-in-one set as well? For
140.
Yeah, he's been using
Yeah.
this kind of set for quite a few years now, well over a decade. But I think it's got something to do with not just the molded technology. I think it's got something to do with the players. I think they're grouping the darts better than ever before. So they're getting more deflections because they're better prizes for guessing what has been the best
Game on.
acquisition of this game. For Jasper, it's been tops. The last 3 times he's gone for it, he's hit it.
Well, he's had 2 ton-plus
100.
checkouts in this match. Both 60% on their doubling. It really is a nip-and-tuck game, isn't it?
81.
Oh, there you get an insight into how sideways those darts go as they reach the board. You would fancy that if Adrian gets a 15 darter, that will be good enough to win this match. And 15 darters,
97.
we've seen 3 of them. This is a good first game of this group.
Yeah, Adrian, 91 plus. Jasper, 86 plus.
125.
That's about as good a first dart as he could hope for. And he hasn't made the most of it.
100.
Can only find a ton.
What he has done by finding trebles in every visit so far,
27.
he's doing that old school thing of scoring a ton or a 97 and constantly putting pressure on his opponent to get more than 1 treble.
Well, that 27 points from
100.
Jasper is not going to help his cause, and Ray hits another ton to leave himself 104.
Don't go for the 20s. Oh, Jasper. That's what you can't afford to do.
97. Adrian, you require
You've got to be a bit more
104.
astute than that in a game like this. There's another treble. Does he have another double?
72.
One thing he does have is a little bit of time left.
Yeah, because of the mistake made there by Scarrot going for that other 20. He should have switched.
91.
Oh, it does apply some
Adrian, you require
pressure,
32.
but it's Gray looking at 32 now for the match.
Game shot.
And Adrian
the
does
match,
not allow
Adrian
him
Gray.
a shot to pinch that game. A very competitive first game of our Group C action here. And Adrian does show that little bit of sharpness that he warned us that he had in his interview. 91 average with 57% of the doubles. And there's another level to find. When we come back, we will welcome back Jamie Kelling.